Good morning and happy Friday. Season's greetings because Christmas is around the corner. And guess who's back on your screens? My name is Ken Alan, obviously from customer service, Metropol CRB.
My name is Rachel Maina from the same customer service, Metropol CRB.
So it's another very good day to interact with our very good customers, just to answer your questions mostly. And this is going to be our last live interaction on our Facebook and YouTube pages and for the year. So take this opportunity to send your questions. Let's interact. We are here to answer all the questions that you have.
Yeah, this should happen just before January. January is time for school fees. You should be making payment for fees as early as now. So take it upon yourself to get to check your report, your CRB status just before you walk into the banks in January for some loans and school fees.
Yeah, and even as we say that this is the last interaction, it's only on YouTube and Facebook, but of course we are still on other platforms, and even on this Facebook page you can always send in your questions, you can always chat us, and we are here 24/7 to take care of you guys. And Rachel was just talking about how January is going to be a crazy month, people are looking for school fees and stuff like that, and so today we just want to do more than like a recap why you need to first of all register with Metropol CRB.
Yeah, check your credit reports, know your CRB status, know exactly where would I have an issue if I go in the bank to access a loan.
Yes.
So it's really good to check your CRB status as early as now, just before we click into January, because when you go in the last minute, you might get really frustrated.
Yeah. So Rachel, tell us, why do you think it's very important for any Kenyan who is 18 to be able to know their CRB status, or what are some of the things that prompt people to actually register and check their CRB status and score?
So one, checking your CRB status is very good. It allows you to know how exactly, or my behavior.
Yes.
Am I going to get a loan if I try getting a loan from any facility?
Yeah.
Secondly, we are human. We want loans, we want good life.
Good life.
Of course, good life.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have things, activities that we want to run with money, of course.
Yeah.
So you might take loans, and especially Fuliza, forget. And sometimes if you have several lines, you take Fuliza line, a loan, then you forget about line.
Yeah.
So mostly, it's really good for you to register. When you do your first registration with Metropol, you get your first free report. And the first free report occurs every year.
Every year.
Yes, you get your first free report every year, as well as for the first time registration, you get your report. Now, going through the report, it will show you exactly which of the lenders have listed you in CRB or has shared information with CRB, as well as if there's any loan that is late in making use. From the same report that is Metropol report, it shows that about days in arrear.
Yes.
So it helps you track how long am I late in making this payment? Because anytime it hits 90 days, one, it affects your score.
Yeah.
Very poor score, you cannot get any loan from a bank. So it's really good for you to register, for you to be able to enjoy the services of CRB. You can check your CRB status anytime, your score, and what's shared you later. Yeah.
So Rachel was just taking us through some of the things that prompt us to register, and she's really talked about loans, but sometimes you also just want to register because you want to get other services from us, and she mentioned some of the services that you get when you register. You are able to check and see who has shared your data with us. You can check your CRB status, and sometimes you just want to get the CRB certificate, and a certificate is used for different uses.
Yeah, different services, mostly some lenders, that is banks.
Yeah.
SACCOs as well. Nowadays, they request to get a CRB certificate,
Yes.
as well as if you're going to apply for any job.
Yes.
Nowadays, for you to apply a job, that's one of the requirements.
It's a requirement.
CRB certificate.
Yes. So if you want a job, if you want to apply for a tender, sometimes if you want to fly abroad, they also need the CRB certificate.
Yeah, depending with the country.
Depending with the country. So those are just some of the uses of a CRB certificate and importance of registering with Metropol CRB. But because Rachel really talked about loans, I want us to dwell on loans quite a bit. And she's given an example that you paid your loan, or sometimes you have a facility and you've forgotten to, when you interact with them, you're able to check your report and help you with that. But now let's talk about payment. You have a facility, you've paid the loan. What is the process of updating the facility that you've paid so that it moves from being listed maybe in arrears to positive listing?
So one, you've paid a loan today. Today is 8th of December.
Yes.
You've paid your loan.
Yes.
So mostly it takes, for every lender, it takes 2 working days,
Yes.
48 working hours,
Yes.
for them to send us an update.
Yes.
Yes, we do have daily submissions, but it's advisable for you to check the update within 48 working hours.
Yes.
So as soon as you have that update, that is when we're able to update on our end.
Yes.
Secondly, you've paid the loan, the facility has been updated by your lender.
Yes.
But information has not reached our desk to get the updates.
Yes.
That is where we tell you to get a batch number.
Yes.
Now, once you give us the batch number, and don't forget the batch number comes from your lender, not from CRB.
A question that we receive a lot of times. Someone pays their facility and they're like, nimetumwa hapa mnipatie batch number. And we try to explain to guys that sio sisi tunapeana batch number, and some customers really get irate. They think that ni sisi tunapatiana batch number, ni kuwasumbua tu tunawasumbua. Now Rachel is explaining that the lender issues the batch number. We receive the batch number because we update your report. Go on.
So as soon as you give us the batch number, now when we have the batch number, we take 48 working hours to update your account. Now sometimes you might give us the batch number, and after 48 hours you've called and we've told you that your account is still not updated. So sometimes you've given us the batch number, but it does not have details that will enable us to update your account.
Yes.
So that is, again, we tell you to get a batch number and get frustrated. So please don't get frustrated, is because that we rely solely on that same information from that same bank to update your account. So if it does not have your information, then that means we still don't update the account.
So when you say it does not have a customer's information, what exactly do you mean?
One, when you give us the batch number, must contain your ID inside that batch number.
Yes.
So between me and you, we will not know when you read the batch number.
Yes.
Because I have to fill that same batch number to the system, then it dissects everything in the batch number from an update. So the batch number must have your ID number.
Yes.
Secondly, must have the account number of that loan.
Yes.
Remember, the account number was created by the bank.
Yes.
So if the batch number does not quote the correct account number that has the same loan, which means again does not update.
Yes.
So one said ID number, account number, the loan in 8, and the account status. Now a batch number, there is to update the account from days in arrear.
Yes.
Let's say you have 5 days in arrear to 0 days in arrear.
Yes.
The other status is from active to closed.
Yes.
Active meaning you have a loan that is running, now you've paid. The batch number must have the status of closing that account, showing that the loan is fully paid. Again, when you have a write-off as well, there's when you're paying that loan, the batch number must also contain active or closed if you finished making payment of that loan.
Yeah, so I think for once this has been explained really well. Really well. Thank you very much, Rachel. Now, sometimes she's just mentioned how sometimes it takes longer than 48 hours to update an account. Now, allow me to add something. Because a batch is a batch ni kitu iko na vitu mingi.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes.
So if we say a batch number, this batch has several IDs, and there are different batches. There are weekly submissions, there are monthly submissions. So sometimes you give a batch number and it's a monthly submission. A monthly submission means that the financial institution has given us batch numbers for customers who've paid loans for the whole month. Within the month.
Yes.
All right, which means that those IDs are so many. So if the IDs are so many, sometimes it takes more than 48 hours to update an account. Now, when you called us the first time, or you texted us on Twitter or on Facebook or any of our channels, and we tell you it will take 48 hours, then you call us after 2 days and we tell you the account is still updating, and you get so worked up. It happens that sometimes if the batch is so large, then it will take a little more time. But good thing is, if your details, as Rachel was explaining, are on that batch, and details she has explained, your ID has to be on that batch, the loan account number, and the status to be updated. If they are correctly captured, then we assure you that that account will be updated. Now, sometimes it is not updated because some of those details were not captured. And sometimes we tell a customer that your ID was not on that batch, because when our data team receives the information and they run the batch number, if your ID is not captured on that batch number, it will definitely ruka your update.
Yeah, and sometimes customers say that if we tell them your ID was not in the batch number, they ask, but I've read you my ID. So I don't know how you answer that question to customers.
Yeah, and sometimes they say, if you want my ID, I'll still read it for you. So it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. The ID has to be fed onto that batch number by the financial institution. And when it is correctly captured and fed, we will automatically update your account. Yeah, so that is how updates happen. And we get a lot of questions, a lot of interactions around this issue. And sometimes your account has been updated and you are unable to get another facility from the bank that you wanted. And this is a question that we get a lot of times. So something that you need to know is, as a CRB, we do not tell a financial institution to give Rachel or deny Rachel a loan. That is not our work at all. We keep information, we share this information with the financial institution. Now, getting or not getting a loan, that is entirely up to the financial institution that you want to get a loan with. And most of the time, guys just call and say, mmeniweka kwa CRB, for example, institution A, wamesema ni nyinyi mmeniweka, mnakataa nisipewe loan and stuff like that, which is not the case, because every financial institution has their own policy. So Rachel kama ndo anapeana loan na aseme kwa sababu Alan alidefault loan A, because of my bad repayment history, amue hata nipatia loan, it is up to her.
That's true.
Rights ni zake, yeye ndo anapeana. So it is not CRB kukukazia ama anything like that. Good thing is we are moving to a totally different lending platform where it's called risk-based pricing. Okay.
Whereby we use the score.
Whereby we use the score mostly. So we are moving from where kitambo kama you were negatively listed, it was really, really difficult to get a facility. But now you could be listed, but if your score is better or you paid your loan and your score has improved, in fact, sasa unaweza kuwa listed and you're supposed to get a loan. If we are looking at the risk-based pricing, the only thing will be your interest will be higher than to score yake iko sawa. Yeah. So those are some of the things that you really just need to know, that right now we are moving from where you couldn't get a loan totally when you are negatively listed or your score was low to risk-based pricing, where the financial institution can give you a loan but at different terms. Say, for example, my score is 800 and Rachel's score is 400. So we both can get a loan. The difference would be maybe I'll get a higher loan
Yes.
than Rachel,
Low percent.
with a low interest rate.
Yes.
She will get probably pesa kidogo, but interest rate itakuwa so high.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, kila mtu amepata loan. So that is where we are moving to, and those are just some of the things that we need to let you know. So that is how updates happen. That is how getting or not getting a loan happen. So if you have any questions, you can still send them to us here on this live channel.
Yes, we on live. You can
Yeah.
send us questions. We'll see them. We'll answer them right away.
Yes.
So we'll go next to on explaining about the score, since now we are moving to that era.
Yes.
Lenders will be using the score and charging you according to your score. Now we are in tough times.
Yeah.
Let's all agree that.
100%.
Very tough times. So just to avoid you taking a loan and paying at a very high interest rate, it's very much better
Yeah.
to have a good score or to maintain a good score
Yes.
than having a low score. Because if I have a good score, then that increases chances of me getting a loan more often.
Yes.
Now, if I have a very bad score, that means, one, the lenders will not give me a loan.
Yeah.
Two, if that lender gives me a loan, I'll pay at a very high interest rate. And again, the money that I needed probably hatanifikishia hapo.
Yes.
Say I wanted a loan.
Yes.
I have a 400 score.
Yes.
Do you think that lender will even give me that loan?
Ngumu sana.
Yes. So which means if I still want to go on with life, I want to do something with the 1 million, I'll still not get the 1 million. I'll get a very low cash.
Yeah.
Which means bado haitanisaidia na
Yes.
bado nitalipa pesa mingi.
Yes.
So it's very okay for you to please maintain your score, or at least when you're taking loans, ensure that you track them using your report.
Yeah.
At least hapo unajua na hii loan nimelistiwa iko na 30 days in arrears.
Yes.
Hiyo bado ija affect score yako.
Yes.
Until ifike 90 days then affect your score.
Yeah.
So it's really good for you to track your loans using the credit report from CRB.
And it's easy to track your score.
Yeah.
What you do is just to make sure that you maintain a very good score is just pay your financial obligations within the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you get a loan and you're supposed to pay it within 5 years, just make sure that you pay that facility within that 5 years so that your score is okay. Because what happens is if you pay past the time, your score is definitely affected. And if your score is affected, then just as Rachel was explaining, it affects so many other things, you know.
Yes.
Another thing is when you can always track all your score we have different channels.
Yes.
Which enables you to, sometimes you borrow, you forget, or you also just want to know how much time is remaining before you complete your loan. So you can always do this on your own. You don't have to call, you don't have to, you can we have different channels.
Yes.
So you can dial a USSD code, which is *433#.
Yes.
On that, there's a list. You can just pick whatever you want. You can check your CRB status, who has shared your data, if you want to check your score, or the credit report, which has all this information in details. You'll be able to see how your loan is performing and what you need to do to improve your score. But you can also download our app.
Metropol app.
Yes, it's called Cristobal. It's on Play Store.
Yes.
You can download it and you can always keep track of your score and just make sure that your score is not being affected.
There's something else.
Yes.
I've paid my loan. Okay, let's give an example with what you said. I have a 5-year loan. Now, I am very good at paying my loans.
Yes.
I do pay 5,000 every month. Now, I have never lacked. Okay, mostly when you have a 5-year loan, it's remitted from your salary. So every month it's always remitted from your salary. But then you want to take a loan from Alan.
Yes.
Now Alan runs my report and confirms that I have a loan that has some days in arrears.
Yes.
You call us or you go through your report and see that this loan that I took, it's a 5-year loan. It has days in arrear.
Yes.
But when I check from my end, my salary is always remitted 5,000 every month. So where is the problem? Is it my fault? Is it your fault, the CRB? How do I answer that?
And I know in such cases, most of the customers fault CRB.
Yes, that's true.
Because for them, they are leaving their end of the bargain.
Yes.
They are remitting their payments every single month
Yeah.
without fail.
Yes.
But on the other hand, when they check with us,
Yes.
we tell them that the last time this loan was updated was 1 year ago, and they're wondering what is going on.
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes we try to explain, because as I was explaining earlier,
Yes.
we exchange information with the financial institutions or lenders. We are not able to update
Yes.
an account if we have not received the information.
True.
All right? Because we do not cook this information. Yeah? So Rachel has to write to me and say that Alan has remitted 5,000 for this month.
Yeah.
Then that is how I update Alan's account. Now, if Rachel does not
Send
the information, I will not know.
Yeah.
So most of the time we explain this to the customers and we just let them know
Yes.
that the account is not updated because we have not received the information. All right. So sometimes I know the financial institutions lag in this area,
Yes.
but if it happens, then what we normally do is we ask you to go back to the financial institution,
Yes.
just tell them that you have been paying this account without fail, and they should send those updates to CRB. When they do,
Yes.
as we're explaining in the beginning,
Yes.
when we receive the information, within 48 hours, the account will be updated.
Yes. And it's
Yeah.
up to you to follow up.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you come to us, you're really frustrated that you've not updated your account.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really up to you who has the loan to check whether the account is updated.
Yes.
Because if I have more than 6 million people checking from the same,
Yes.
I'm not in a position to follow up for every customer.
Yes.
Because again, you as an individual, you have different loans.
It's actually very important for you to follow up.
Yeah.
Once you
as-
pay your loan,
Yes.
just don't go to slumber and think that everything is okay. Because we've had issues where someone has paid their loan
Yes.
in completion within time,
Yes.
but the financial institution did not remit those updates.
Yeah, that's
So it goes all the way to negatively list this customer who had paid their loan in good time.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you pay a loan, please just follow up with the financial institution,
Yes.
or also just follow up with CRB. And we've told you you can do this on your own.
Yes.
You can just dial *433#. You can check on Crystal Ball. You can give us a message on Facebook or on Twitter, so we can help check your status. So you keep track of your loans and your payments. Very important. Yeah. So I don't know if we have any questions from our customers.
I can't seem to find any at the moment.
Yeah, but there was one that I saw earlier.
Yes.
One person was asking, in case of a failed update, what steps should a borrower take? Yeah, because we were talking about failed updates at some point.
Yes.
So you've called us, we've said that your details were not in the batch. What are they supposed to do?
You have to go back to that specific lender. You called in, I was supposed to be updated from bank A. I gave you the batch number, but then you called back, we have still not updated.
Yeah.
And we told you that the account or your ID was not in the batch. That is not because you do not have your ID.
Yes.
You've given us your ID,
Yes.
but your ID is not in the batch. Which means that's the main thing for your account to be updated, the ID.
Yes.
Because if I have the ID, I'm able to tell this is client A, that is Alan, this is the account. Means if this is the account to be updated, it's also supposed to be in the batch.
Yes.
What is the amount? It's also supposed to be
In the
on
batch.
that account number,
Yes.
the batch number.
Yes.
Now, if one of them is missing, so the account is not enough for getting updated, we'll send you again back to the bank. And mostly what we'll read you is the account number or the loan ID.
Yes.
We'll read it to you, which makes it easier for the lender to track that specific account.
Yes.
You read the account number to them,
Yes.
so that they can be able to quote the correct information for that specific account.
Yeah.
So that is when they give you another batch number, they are going to rerun it again.
Yes.
So you have to get the batch number, read it, or send it again so that you're able to update your account.
Yeah, and sometimes you have 2 or 3 active loans, and that is why we give you the loan ID or the account number, as Rachel is mentioning, so that you get the correct batch number for a correct account. Now, sometimes we receive batch numbers that are so off, so inaccurate, and I'm going to give an example so that as a customer, when you get a batch number, then you know what you're looking for. And let's talk about the a Metropol batch number has like 8 components. Their first 4 letters could be mixed with numbers. There's a dash, another 4 letters could be mixed with numbers, a dash, and at the end of it, there's a date. So let's say, for example, today is the 8th of December. So at the end of it, it will read 2023 1208. Now, sometimes you give a batch number like today, and the last part reads 2021 0602. And we tell you that now this is a batch number from 2021.
Yes.
It cannot update your account. So something that you need to know about batch numbers, it has to be very recent. If you get a batch number like a month or a week
after the payment date of your loan,
just know that that batch number will not work. And we get this a lot with loans like Mshwari, Fuliza, and Safaricom, because guys call Safaricom to get batch numbers, and then you're given a batch number from 2-3 years, which will not help. So when you have such challenges, we ask you to call the financial institution. And when you have an Mshwari or a Fuliza loan, kindly call the NCBA contact center, because probability is high that if you call Safaricom, you'll get a very outdated batch number. And when we ask you to go back and get another batch number, you start getting worked up. Yeah, so just know that when you've paid a loan, say you've paid a loan today and you receive a batch number tomorrow, that batch number has to have that day's date. So always check that, always make sure that that is what's happening.
So I also get this question of, I paid my loan here. So when you give me a batch number, it's from last year. But then so sure, if I paid my loan last year, that means if I give you a batch number from last year, it's supposed to update my account. I paid my loan last year. So that's what I'm saying. Your batch number must be a recent batch number to update that account. So even if we let you know that yes, you paid your loan last year, and the batch number you're giving me is from last year, that's okay, and you paid the loan last year. But just to update this specific account, we need a batch number from this year, which is so recent, which means they have updated the system on their end, given you a correct updated number for us to update the account from why.
So even if you paid a loan 5 years back and you have batch number today, batch number has to have today's date. That is the correct one. Yeah, so I think we've exhausted most of the questions that we have from the customers today. But this conversation, we can continue this conversation on other channels, on other platforms. This is, as we were saying, just the last live recording, but we are still here. We are still assisting you guys from other platforms. We have a call center that works Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now you can call our contact center number, which is 0709 834 000. But you can also, as we were saying earlier, you can just do self-service, or you can serve yourself from our different other platforms. Our USSD code, which is *433#. You can always dial that and just get the services that you need. You can download our Cristobal app. On Play Store. Cristobal on Play Store. If you are on App Store, no worries, we'll get to you. But we also have our other channels.
Yes. I'd like to add something from the Cristobal app
Yes.
users and the shortcut stuff of Refresh.
Yes.
So kindly, when you're making payment or request of services, ensure you understand exactly what you're looking for.
Yes.
Sometimes you dial this *433#, wanted to know your CRB status.
Yes.
From our system, when you're getting a CRB status, it's 50 shillings.
Yes.
It just gives you a message.
Yes.
So call back frustrated. I wanted to check my CRB status, but I'm not getting what I want.
Yes.
That means you do not understand what exactly you're looking for. So it's really advised for you to understand exactly what you're looking for. You can always call back to help. Will help you understand exactly what you're looking for and where exactly you can find it. So if you're looking for a listing, don't just go requesting for who has shared your data.
Yeah.
You'll only get lists of institutions, which
Yes.
means I have institutions I can see I have no negative listing. So which means you'll call us back frustrated that I can see I have no negative listing, but I still can't get a loan.
Yes.
So what were you looking for exactly? You are looking to know, I've been told I'm listed. So you are not looking for who has shared your data. You are looking for who has listed you in CRB. So you see, you have to understand exactly what you're looking for you to be able to get the correct information and to avoid you paying again. You know, I've quoted someone this morning who has paid to know their CRB status price.
Oh, sad, right?
Price. I'm like, you've paid 150 already. It has processed.
Yeah.
No, there's no way I can refund that.
Yes.
Because you already processed the service. So kindly, when you feel like I've paid once and what I'm looking for, I'm still not getting it. It's just okay to call back and we'll help you understand what you're looking for.
But since we are here, Rachel, and you've mentioned, we can just take them through quickly. You can just dissect for them. So when you dial *433# or on your Cristobal app, so let's say you dial *433#, right?
Yes.
Now what you see there will be CRB status, my CRB status,
Yes.
who has shared my data,
Yes.
credit score,
Yes.
credit report,
Yes.
CRB certificate, isn't it?
Yes.
Those are 5 items.
And each has different charges.
Yes.
Yes.
So the first thing that you do, you want to know your status.
Yes.
So you pick the option my CRB status. And as Rachel was saying, what will happen is we will send you a text message
Yeah.
and say that your CRB status is excellent,
Yes, or poor.
good, or poor.
Yes.
All right. And now you're wondering, now my CRB status is good, for example,
Yes.
but I'm trying to get a loan. I'm not able to get a loan. Why would you say my CRB status is good, but I cannot? Now that is why then now you need to get your credit report, because your report will let you know if there are any issues. Now your CRB status can be good,
Yes.
can be excellent,
Yes.
but you have loans in arrears.
Yes. Which means, according to the bank, days in arrear is the issue here.
Yes.
Yes. So it's just okay. You've checked your CRB status is good.
Yeah.
Going back to the bank, I can still get a loan. So what's the best option for me now is to get the details of each loan that I've been paying and the progress of the loans. Now from there, you'll get satisfied by knowing from bank A, I paid this loan, but it's not updated. Or from bank A, this loan shows it has days in arrear. So mostly that is the main reason why you have a good status. It's not yet poor because it's not up to 90 days.
Yes.
So it's a good status, but the days in arrear is the reason why you can't get a loan.
So when you get your credit report, it has some details.
Yes.
All the loans you've been borrowing for the past 5 years.
Yes.
And the only information on the credit report has to come from institutions that are regulated by the CBK.
Yes,
Because
that's true.
sometimes you call us, you say that you paid some loan, but this institution is not regulated by the CBK. That
Yes.
means that we do not store such information on our report.
Yeah.
So we've talked to you about how a credit report looks like
Yes.
and your CRB status.
Yes.
Now you want to pay and get who has shared your data.
Yes.
Still, you'll send a message.
Yes.
Yeah.
To know who has shared your data. So you'll get two answers.
Yes.
Positive
Yes.
and negative.
Yes.
So you'll see who has shared your data is positively shared by bank ABC,
Yes.
negatively shared by bank ABC. So sometimes clients don't understand why it can be positively listed by bank A and still negatively listed by bank A.
Yes.
You know, you have a loan. Let's give an example with a loan from Fuliza.
Yes.
You took a Fuliza loan, you paid. So it means that's a positive listing.
Yes.
So it means from the positively shared, it's listed.
Yes.
Because you took the loan and paid.
Yes.
But then you have another Fuliza loan. You are late in making payment. So which means the same Fuliza, which now comes as NCBA Bank, will still be listed in the negative listing.
Yes. Yeah. So when you ask for who has shared your data, as Rachel has mentioned, two answers. So there'll be a list of those who have positively listed you. So we'll say positively listed by A, B, C, D, negatively listed by nil. Now, nil means you are not negatively listed by any institution. But if you are negatively listed by an institution, we'll say positively listed by A, B, C, D, negatively listed by A and B. Now, but as Rachel has explained, you can be positively listed with A and also negatively listed with A.
Yes.
Because if you have two SIM cards and
Yes.
you've picked a Fuliza loan from SIM card A and a Fuliza loan from SIM card B.
Yes.
So you'll find that you've paid the one for SIM card A, but not paid for SIM card B.
Don't forget,
Yes.
both of them are under Safaricom.
Yes.
So which means they list positive
Yes.
and negative.
And under your ID.
Yes.
Yeah, because both of them are registered under your ID.
Yes.
So you'll just see that you are positively listed by NCBA, Nini,
Yes.
negatively listed by the same.
Yes.
So if you're negatively listed and you want to know the details again of those who have negatively listed, you want to know the amount, you want to know when it was listed, when that information was shared with us, you still go back to the credit report, which has all this information in details.
Yes.
Now, another thing that is on that list is a credit score.
Yes.
Yeah, and a credit score ranges from 200 to 900. Yes. So do you want to explain to us this?
Yes, so a credit score, one, is determined by your credit behavior. So which means this credit score, we came up with a score due to the behavior of how you've been taking your loans.
Yes.
So you've been taking loans and paying them really well, which means you're really good at your score.
Yes.
You've been taking your loans, some of them you pay, some of them you are a little reluctant, or some of them, which means it affected your score. So the minute you've prompted to know your credit score, what you get is your credit score is 700, your credit score is, again you wonder, a good score. When I check at, mostly when you go to the bank, they'll tell you the kind of score range they want for you to get a loan.
Yes, yes.
So you check and you see, I have a score of 700, but still I can't get a loan. So again, it takes you back to your credit report, which means you might have a good score, but you have a loan that has days in arrear.
Yeah.
It has not affected your score yet, but it's heading there due to the days in arrear.
Yes.
So again, the credit score will give you the list of institutions that have listed you,
Yes.
and the days in arrear that you have on that specific.
Yeah, so as Rachel is explaining, the scoring algorithm is just used how your payment performance, how you repay your loans. So when you pay your loans in good time, then definitely your score will be okay. And as I was explaining earlier, the list score is 200. If you have bad loan repayment, then your score will be lower.
Very low.
Very low. Yeah, so when you get your score and you see that it's below 400, ujue tu mambo yako si mazuri.
So,
But when it's 600 going up, then your status is definitely good, moving towards excellent. And that score is a very important aspect of how you get a financial facility, as we were explaining earlier.
yes.
Yeah, so again, when you ask for your credit score, what you get is a text message.
Yes.
And a credit score costs 150 shillings.
Yes.
If you ask for your listing, your CRB status, it costs 50 shillings.
Yes.
Who has shared your data is 100 shillings. Your credit report is 250 shillings.
Yes.
One more thing.
CRB clearance certificate, which goes for 2,200.
Yes.
Now, sometimes I get this a lot.
Yes.
You paid your loan, it was in default, but then you are told by your financial institution
Yeah.
you have to clear with CRB. So you paid your loan, went to the either staff or 33 hash or your crystal app, and you saw the clearance.
Yes.
So you paid your loan and quickly went to clear.
Yeah,
So
unataka kukua clear.
hapo haraka. So you pay the 2,200.
Yes.
So which means it will give you your CRB certificate with
Yes.
a link to download.
Yes.
So upon downloading, you realize that your certificate reads with default.
Yeah.
So which means you paid the loan, but then why? That's because when you for your loan, it takes 2 working days for your account to be updated. So which means don't rush to get the CRB certificate without checking your reports. So when you pay for your loan, take at least 2 days, check your reports for an update, then do get the CRB certificate.
Yeah, and I know most of the customers actually think that when you pay for the CRB certificate, umekuwa cleared for CRB. And we've got cases where people go ahead and pay for the certificate without paying their loans.
Yeah, that's true.
Na wanasema sasa wameshalipa, in fact wameita fine.
Yes.
Wamelipa ile fine ya CRB,
Yes.
ni kuwe cleared.
Yes.
It does not work like that. First of all, you need to pay your loan.
Yes.
Confirm by yourself or if the account has been updated.
Yes.
Now, if you need to get a CRB certificate,
Yes.
hii sio fine ama kutolewa CRB ama kukua cleared.
Yes.
When we started, we had listed the uses of a CRB certificate.
Yes.
So some people also think that when you have the CRB certificate, it's a guarantee that utapata loan.
That's true.
It's not. Yeah. Again, as we said earlier, to get a loan, that entirely depends on the financial institution that you want to get a loan with.
Yes.
A CRB certificate will just let you know if you have paid all your loans and they've been updated. As Rachel was explaining, you'll get a certificate that says without default, which means all your loans are updated, your report is okay.
Yes.
If you happen to get one which says with default, just know that there is an account that you have not paid for or that you paid for but has not been updated.
That's true.
Those are our services, but we also offer a wide range of other things that you can always just talk to us so we can loop you in.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So that's the end of our session today. Thank you so much for those who have been live and those who will still watch this. It's still there. You can ask me any question and answer you on the Facebook, Twitter. You can always call us back, or you can use the shortcuts that we have said. The star 433.
Yeah. So on Facebook, you can just get us on Metropol CRB, same way Twitter, and also on Instagram and YouTube, Metropol TV. You can watch all this content on YouTube and just get to learn as much as you can. And from us, we just want to say adios and wish you
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We hope to continue interacting on the other platforms, on the other channels. But until next year on such a live interaction, it's adios from us.
My name is Rachel. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Ciao.